What's up, gamers? It's your boy, S to the O to the N to the G to the rest of the letters in Song Bob Music Fans, and here we are with Ratboy's New Kingdom, episode 10, the finale. Here are the people on call. It's in post, so I don't have to worry about it. Now let's reveal the title card. I'm gonna do a little intro. There you go. A little mouth trumpet for you guys. For my adoring fans out there. So moving on. So we got episode 10 here. So here we go. Episode 10. Finale. Season 1 finale. Will there be a season 2? I don't know. I'll ask you with your great comments. Remember, share, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want more content. More than 100% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Show fake image of 1% to 99%. Or if I'm too lazy, do nothing. I did nothing, didn't I? Moving on. So where we left off. So there was the summer, and there's the summer. Indeed, the summer.
Are you sure that there wasn't the winter?
The winter solstice, baby, is for season 4. Please control yourself here. So, so blah blah blah, kissing whenever. So it left off right where So they're over here on this. Oh wow, that's them, by the way.
Kiss before marriage. Ew.
I know, gross. So they're on the stage doing that, but guess who walks in?
Vulgar.
What?
Ratboy Genius.
Vulgarity.
Rat Girl Genius.
Oh my god.
Rat Girl Genius gets these very long eyes and is just like sus and begins to cry and runs out. Josh doesn't notice. And then you get a great 18 hours later. And Josh is chilling on his Minecraft bed with a window next to his nightstand. I totally didn't have to study Josh's actual room in the Minecraft server to draw this. So anyways, so he's sitting on his bed, and he got a text message from Summer Sus Baby, who hasn't talked since that night. And it was a wonderful message. Josh, this isn't right. I will still be your friend. Sorry. Kinda not, though. Sus baby. Sorry for party rocking. So then Josh, can you imagine how Josh felt?
Manipulation.
You wanna know how Josh felt? Not like that. You wanna know how Josh felt? He was like,
Realistic eyes.
he gets
Oh
these
like big fish boss.
big fish.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He gets big eyes
Perfect.
and he gets a smile.
Oh. Not in the sense that insulting your drawing. Just.
And then he gets mad and then he starts laughing. He goes full on bonkers.
Starts going into that one scene like George did.
With John.
Yeah, he goes full on bonkers. And he looks at the mirror that he was looking at himself in, and he smashes it. Josh, don't you know that's bad luck, Josh? He's like, I don't care. Like that. And his other arm's freaking out, just so you know. His other arm's flying around like bonkers.
Oh my.
Yeah, so he's not doing good. And it just cuts away. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't cut away yet. Then he turns around and he looks out his window. And who does he see walking out there? he sees the sneeze, and he sees Mr. Genius. None of these people actually have legs, just so you know. I was just practicing some drawings earlier, and I realized that none of them have legs. I don't know what their legs look like. So anyways, so Josh runs outside, and he confronts Sneeze. His eyes get huge, like, they do. And he's just like, Sneezy!
Oh my god.
And Sneezy's just like, what do you want, Josh? I'm impaling your eye with my nose currently. What do you want? And Josh is just like, where is the sus child? And Sneezy's just like, I left about 6 hours ago, Josh. And it's like, huh? And he's like, what? Left 6 hours ago? Where? And then he confronts Mr. Genius. And he's like, Mr. Genius, where's the summer sus child? You should know. And Ratboy is just like, I shouldn't know. And Josh is just like, why shouldn't you? We broke up this morning, Josh. Huh? And Josh is shocked. And then Ratboy's just like, not going for it, Josh. Just not feeling it, Josh. Not a fan anymore, Josh. Once you got the fame, kind of became the lame, And then Josh points out Boyrat's flaw. Because she's more famous than you, Boyrat, is that why? And then Boyrat's just like, yeah, that's pretty much it. You got it.
Oh my god.
And Josh is just like, you've gone sicko mode, Mr. Genius. You've gone sicko mode. And so then Josh goes stomping off. And then Sneezy's just like, Josh, we need to talk, Josh. And Josh is just like, Sneezy, I have one eye now, Sneezy. What do you wish? And Sneezy's just like, Josh, you're a horrible person. Okay, bye. And then Josh just stomps back into his room and he breaks out the ice cream. His favorite flavor is butter pecan. Okay.
Oh, that slaps.
Butter pecan. Okay. That's actually the first result. Okay.
At first I thought you were just gonna say butter.
Butter. No, that's the same flavor. Same flavor as butter.
No, Song actually knows that it's my favorite flavor. I would never let Josh steal all the butter ice cream.
Butter ice cream. You know what? Wasn't even ice cream. It was just straight up butter. So little King Josh is sitting there. And he's like... That's the sound he makes when he eats a stick of butter. He's just like... And he's pretty sad. And then he remembers and he's like... Well... That's rap. Well... I need someone. So who do I go for? And he goes through his ever-fabled contacts list. So he looks through he calls Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Aniston, Rihanna, Brad Pitt, Taylor Swift, Oprah Win. I'm not going to read their last names. Oprah and Angelina Olsley, Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, Katy Perry, Dwayne Johnson, Ellen DeGeneres, Will Smith, Miley Cyrus, George Clooney, Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, Drake, Ben Affleck, Justin Bieber, Johnny Depp, David Beckham, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr., Steven Spielberg, who directed the Josh movie, if you weren't aware of that, Sean Combs, Vin Diesel, Matt Damon, Britney Spears, Julia Roberts, Natalie Portman, Nicki Minaj, Adam Sandler, who he called, but then he responded with a bad joke, so he hung up. So Tiger Woods, Harrison Ford, Ariana Grande, Adele, Selena Gomez, Emma Stone, John Legend, Howard Stern, Cristiano Ronaldo, Elton John, Barack Obama, Simon Cowell, Hal, is that Hallie or Haley or something? Barry, Pink, George Lucas, Mark Wahlberg, Berg, and Olivia Wilde. And they all said, "You're a horrible person, Josh." Except Obama. Obama was chilling. Obama was just like, no, and just hung up. So Obama was better than the rest. He just said no. He didn't have to insult Josh on the way out, you know? Yeah. He joins.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama, for being nice to Josh. Anyways, so after that, Josh once again has one person left in his contacts. You know who it is?
Rat girl?
Indeed. And the number is 555-555-5555. Try calling that. You'll actually get I'll pick up. That's my phone number. If you guys ever want to, if you guys ever want to call me, you know. Anyways, so Josh calls and there's no response. So he's like, you know what? I need to go to Rat Girl's studio apartment in
I think that the Fury typing sounds improved to like 10.
in Las Vegas, United States. So he has a great time. He rides that one roller coaster or some. He gets a taxi. He didn't have that much fun because every taxi he'd go on, he'd start complaining and start telling his life story, which made him get kicked out, which made him become an Among Us character. But that didn't stay that way for long. Anyways, Among Us. Anyways, so eventually he makes his way to the apartments that they have. I don't think they have apartments there. Anyways, so he makes his way to some kind of apartment, you know. What did you just send? 1 second, I gotta watch. Oh, is that George singing "Woe Is Me"? Yeah. Oh, that's it, pretty much exactly how Josh was when he was getting all mad and stuff. So that episode is actually horrifying, though. Anyways, so
this is a McDonald's?
yeah, so here's the apartment building here, and Josh knocks on the door, and the door opens, and guess who's there? This is where cue for applause. Rat Girl Genius, everyone's favorite, and so then she's like, oh, who is it? Is this that person? Is this Steven Spielberg who wanted me in a movie? He's like, oh, it's you, Josh. What do you want, Josh? And Josh is just like, I need to tell you something. I'm like, I don't even want to hear it, Josh. I don't even want to hear it. And just, my eyes turned into 9s, Josh. Accept it. So Rat Girl turns away and shuts the door, and Josh is just like, wait a second here. My hand turned. What? What did you just say? Thank you. So anyways, Josh is like, wait, and Rat Girl just turns the eyes 360, and it's just like, what do you want, Josh? What do you want, Josh? What do you want? And then Josh is just like, I need to talk. It's important. And then Rat Girl Genius is just like, everything's important. Then Josh is like, that's why you're supposed to talk to me. And his eyes also get pointy. There's a lot of pointy eyes in this. So, you know, it's pretty great. It's going to be fun to animate, just telling you that much. So after all the eye pointiness, so eventually they sit down They sit down outside, and someone starts screaming at them, so they move inside. Dude, how are you gonna sit down outside? Anyways, they move inside, sit down. They sit down. Let's say there's 2 chairs on the inside, 2 chairs, and a fireplace that has a fire in it or something. I could win an award for abstract art, you know. They go like, "Oh, this is abstract," and I go like, "Well, I guess you could say it's abstract." So, anyways, so Josh is just sitting there slouching beyond belief, and he's not sleeping. His eyes are open. Thank you. There we go. And Ratboy Genius is there, who's not doing that good and is annoyed that Josh is in her studio apartment. They don't have legs. Don't worry about it. And Josh is just like, "So, how did you sleep last night?" And Ratboy Genius was just like, "Horrible. I had a nightmare." And Josh was like, "Oh, what was it about?" And Ratboy Genius was like, "It was about you, Josh." And Josh is just like, "I've heard that one too many times. Doesn't even hurt." So after that, eventually, he gets a very defined chin, and he's like, "I need to tell you a story, Ratboy Genius." And blah, blah, blah. It goes through the whole thing. You're going to get a great talking montage. You're going to get some side views, Going to get some upward views for some reason. So blah, blah, blah. You get a great view of everything. It's just going to play some great music like this. It's going to go like... And afterwards, Ratboy Genius is going to go like, "Wait a second, Josh. You've gone sicko mode." And Josh is like, "I couldn't have gone sicko mode. How could I have gone sicko mode?" And then Ratboy Genius is just like, "Sun is out, freezing cold. Rest of the lyrics I don't know." So, yeah. So then after that, Josh is just like, "Why have I gone sicko mode?" And then here's a question that I don't know. I think you asked. I don't know. I said I was going to explain this to you guys a lot of times. And Ratboy Genius was just like, "Well, then why do I like you? That's sicko mode. That's sicko mode." And then Josh is just like, "I didn't do anything. That's all was your own decision. As a matter of fact, one day you passed out in the mall." Episode 7. And remember that whole sequence that happened in the lab? Where like Ratboy Genius woke up in the lab? Josh actually made an edit that made Ratboy Genius hate Josh.
What?
No, remember, because Ratboy Genius is all based off of a command block. I'll get into more details. I'll explain this later. I can go on and rant about this for 5 minutes really quick here. So anyways, remember, so originally, the entire character was based off of a command block. So what Josh did was just command for someone who cares, because he wanted a friend, because remember, Josh is lonely. So using the same process that Ratboy used to make Summer Solstice Baby's model, because that's possible. You've seen it in the actual series. He created a model, and then Summer Solstice walked into a room, walked out, and there's a model. Yes, so think about it. The same thing could happen, but Ratboy Genius was that a pre-existing character? No, they had no character. So what Josh had to do was make an artificial character using a command block. So then all he did was code for someone who cared. So the thing is, all he did was write this in proper code. That's it. That's all he wrote. Anyway, so that's all he coded for. But then somehow Ratboy Genius fell in love with him. But he didn't want that, remember? He was rejecting her in all these previous episodes. So what he did was when Ratboy Genius was passed out, He said, no, I can actually do a proper flashback. This is what he said. He walked up to Rat Girl Genius and just said, "Oh boy, this is a funny skit. Haha, a funny skit. Let's get out of here." And he drags the body out of the mall.
Oh my gosh.
But then he managed to find a way to get back to the command block and try to find what exactly, and just pretty much redid everything the exact same way it was, but kind of changed things up. I can't write code, so I wouldn't know. But he changed a couple lines, and if he changed those lines correctly, Rat Girl Genius would hate Josh just like everyone else does. So does that make sense?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
He is weird. He's insane. That's the whole thing with Josh. He's insane. And then, because listen, here's the thing. Josh, the thing with Josh, he is ashamed of himself. He does not like the fact that he did that. It was a heat of the moment thing where he decided that he needed to have a friend, and he regrets it. So this entire time, he's been trying to hate on Rat Girl G. Have you noticed that? Whenever they break up, comes back somehow, and Josh tries to do some crazy act that maybe seems unintentional, but is intentional to get Rat Girl Genius away. He's ashamed to even look at Rat Girl Genius because it reminds him of his loneliness.
Dang.
Yes. That's why, he has gone sicko mode, honestly. In my opinion, he has gone sicko mode. That's why he did that. Because he didn't want Rat Girl Genius to even like him. So she'd stay away. Josh couldn't even bear to look at Rat Girl Genius. Couldn't even bear to look at her. Does that clarify things better? Okay, are you guys all clarified now?
Think so.
Okay, ask me if you have any more questions, though. Because I'm willing to explain. So anyways, I mean, I kind of just took the words out of Josh's mouth. But the next thing that he was going to say is, I should go. And Rat Girl Genius is like, but I have so many questions, Josh. I have so many questions. And Josh is just like, I can't be here. And then Rat Girl Genius is like, why, Josh? Why? And then Josh, he screams and he says, I can't even bear to look at you. I can't even do it. He can't bear to look at her. I'm talking to Josh now. I get this overwhelming sense of grief and loneliness whenever I look at you. This is what Josh sounds like, by the way. So basically, he just feels sadness. Because basically, and what he goes on to say is that Rat Girl Genius is basically all of Josh's sadness in a person. What? What? No. It's just his sadness all in one person. And then Josh walks out. Josh starts to walk out. Rat Girl Genius is like, wait, Josh, wait, Josh. I need to know more. And Josh is just like, I've already told you enough. And then Rat Girl Genius says, here, I'll follow you. We can go back. And Josh says, stay away from me. I don't need anyone. I don't need you. I don't need Summer Sus Baby. I don't need anyone. So he walks back to his castle. He walks past the hills. All the hills, and he's just walking. And then he sees Happy Man and Green Monster having a picnic. And he walks over, and he's just like, what's going on? And they're just like, I'm eating a sandwich, says Happy Man. Happy Man. And Josh is just like, that's kind of cool. Anyways, do you have any advice, Happy Man? He's kind of the advice guy, and he's just like, well, Josh, I don't have any advice for you. because you know all the answers. And Josh is just like, what is that supposed to mean? I know all the answers. I'm literally asking you a question. And Happy Man's just like, Josh, you go around thinking you know everything. You think you know exactly how they feel about you. You don't know anything, Josh. And Josh is just like, no, I know everything. And Happy Man's, that's the issue, Josh. You just said it. You think you know everything. Well, guess what, Josh? You don't, Josh. You don't. And Josh is just like, can't be. So Josh gets up and continues to walk. He keeps walking. He walks past all of the friends he had on the journey, you know. Walks past Mr. Big Legs and Very Short Friend and the Galactic Heroes are flying through the sky, you know. They're flying around in their off-brand spaceship, which is not looking very accurate, but I don't care. So they're flying around, and Josh is just kind of looking around. He's taking in everything. And eventually we get this 360 shot that will show everything. It'll just like a picnic, blah, blah, the things, all the things. It'll do a 360 shot around him, and then it'll get his little head compared to his giant castle, which is looking pretty great if I do say so myself. And you should check it out in the Minecraft world if you haven't already. So he walks over to the castle and he's just like, that's not his crown, it's supposed to be a door. But anyways. So he walks inside and he looks at everything. And he gets up to his stairs, but then he looks over and he notices the carpet. And remember, under that carpet is Josh's secret lab. And he just gets this overwhelming sense of dread and grief over him. He keeps getting this sense of dread over him. And eventually, he just walks upstairs, lays down on his bed, and just stares at the ceiling. That kind of mood, though, you know?
Yeah.
And it cuts away. You know who it cuts away to? The Summer Sus Baby. I forgot the song. Yeah, thank you. Anyways, the Summer Sus Baby is just sitting there and thinking. In Las Vegas. So everyone's in Las Vegas. Anyway, the Summer Sus Baby is just walking along and just looking at everything, you know. And then just looks up to a balcony. And guess who Summer Sus Baby sees? Female rat who's smart. And Summer Sus Baby goes just like, how intriguing. What did I just hear? Is that the start of No More Fortnite? No more cars. No more $19 cars. No more Jerolls. You been black. That's Robbie checks the stream chat. I haven't been checking on it. Wait, how is that you? Did you unmute yourself just to do that? That was a great move. I appreciate that. Anyways, so Summer Sus Baby runs up and bangs on the door, like bang, 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 like very intensely. And Ratboy Genius, yeah, like that. Oh my, okay, calm yourself. So anyways, Ratboy Genius opens the door and it's just like, you, okay, fine. What do you want? Josh was just here, and Sus Baby was just like, Josh was here. What did Josh do? And then Ratboy Genius is just like, well, he told a backstory that everyone found confusing and didn't like, and was probably unnecessary to the story, but said it anyways. And Summer Sus Baby was just like, yeah, that happens sometimes. So moving on. Anyways, so then Ratboy Genius is just like, what do you want? Are you looking for Josh? Are you looking for Josh? I bet you're looking for Josh. I saw you two on stage last night. Because remember, that's where they kissed last night. So anyway, so the thing that happened next is that Summer Sus Baby was just like, you know what? You did see that, and I need to talk to Josh. And then Rat Girl Genius like, why do you need to talk to Josh? Summer Sus Baby was just like, I need to talk to Josh. I need to tell him that I need to tell him everything. I need to tell him everything. You know, I have a face now. You know, so. Josh needs to know about what happened to me and Mr. Genius. And then Rat Girls is like, oh, what happened to you and Mr. Genius? You guys seem pretty happy together. And then Summer Susby was just like, we kind of, you know, split up. And then Rat Girls Genius was just like, that's bonkers, what you talking about? So basically, through further investigation, there was all this conversation, you know, about the history of those two, which will be covered more in season 2, the history of Boy Rat Genius and the Sus. So anyways, I'll be covered later. So anyways, Josh, it cuts back to Josh at that point. Wait, no, it doesn't cut back to Josh yet. And after all that, and after it just cuts away, after everything. And Summer Suspe was just like, I just think he didn't like me anymore, you know? And Rat Girl Genius was just like, you know what? That kind of makes sense.
What?
It cuts away. You'll never. Do you want?
see why.
Do you want to know why? This is a loose end.
know?
This is a loose end. You have no idea what happens. And then Summer Susbaby was just like, you know, I don't know if Ratboy's Kingdom is the place for me. I think I'm gonna have to go to new places, you know, explore somewhere I haven't been. Now that I have no one, I realize I want no one. I don't want to be really with anybody. I can be my own person. And goes running off. So basically,
I was gonna say that sounds edgy, but
no. So think about it now. Zhaj wants someone because he's lonely. But Sus, who Zhaj wanted, really wanted no one. So Sus left. And Rat Girl Genius was just sitting there and was thinking about Zhaj. Was thinking. And was like, Zhaj is strange.
definitely.
And it cuts away. And we cut back to Zhaj finally, who's still just staring at his ceiling very intently. So he's still staring at the ceiling. And then he just gets up from the bed and he walks over to the ladder in the middle of his room. Because oh, that's actually nice. I just expanded it so it actually properly fit. Now I can draw off the edge. Anyway, he walks up to the ladder and goes to the attic. And he climbs up it. And he walks out a door and he's on the rooftop, you know? He's on the roof of his castle, which is supposed to be accessible. So there's a giant tower here, a thick tower here, and then if you turn more to the right, there's a little pedestal that you can walk up on. So, you know? So Zhaj he walks up and he just kind of looks at everything, you know, and he thinks. He just thinks. Song time! Anyways. Yeah, it's song time.
Okay.
It's song time. Hey, don't call me Bob song for nothing.
It is the song of early spring.
Early spring, not exactly.
It is the song of 41 degrees. It is the song of Bob.
Okay. I
It
gotta.
is the song of Vaseline.
Vaseline.
That is the end of my song.
Well, this one's not about Vaseline. So Zhaj he's sitting up, and he has his hands crossed behind his back. He has his hand crossed behind his back, and he looks over at the rolling hills. Not gonna lie, I don't want to force you guys to do anything, but this would be beautiful redrawn. Just saying. I wish I could draw better, because I totally redraw this with Ratboy's castle in the distance. So you got his castle in the distance.
Honestly, I can draw this.
With that,
I will put it on this right
and then he looks over, and he sees the sun setting. Oh, also I'm gonna play the song, so tell me if you guys can hear it.
Yep.
And he thinks to himself. Just starts thinking about, everything about his life. He thinks about his friends. He thinks about high school. He thinks about his entire life, basically. He looks over everything, and then he just walks forward onto the pedestal. He just keeps walking forward. He just continues to look around. He sees birds flying. He sees clouds moving. And he's just taking everything in. And he hasn't spoken anything. Just looking. He sees everyone down the park having a great time, Not really park, having a picnic and playing games together. And he thinks to himself. And then he keeps just walking further until he's just barely he's right at the little wall, and he's just looking, and he just steps up onto the wall and reaches his arms out wide, feeling the sun on his face, and he closes his eyes. And that is the end of Ratboy's New Kingdom Season 1. So then eventually, the credits will roll, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. So that's kind of the credits summed up. Yeah, so that's basically it. And after after credit scene? Am I smelling an after credit scene that I just came up with 2 hours ago on the server? I believe Snap, you were actually there when I screamed about it.
Yeah, I smell it.
So you see Zhaj standing up there, looking like a god with his arms open wide, feeling the sun on his face. And then you see a pink dress up here. Cut away. It's Ratboy Genius. Anyways, that's the end of Season 1. So, very confusing ending, a lot of loose ends, and I'll... What? Like, really? Beat this one. No more Fortnite. No more... My God! You're breaking my speakers! Thank you. You should have said H at the end of that. H.
Lowercase h.
So then, it happens after the after credit scene. You get proper credits, You get the fun credits. It's like a mid-credit scene, really. So you get the fun credits with all the fun music and stuff. And then you get the actual credits, which are boring, just moving fast, just saying all the casting directors and things, which we didn't have. And then there's actually another post-credit scene. It moves up to Ratboy Genius's face. And Ratboy Genius is just staring at Zhaj, and it's just like, Zhaj? You want to know something, Zhaj? Well, howdy! There you go. There's your after credits. I couldn't leave it without a well howdy, you know? So, I guess I'll do a little bit of a talking portion afterwards because this was kind of short. What'd you guys think?
I actually really liked it. I'm kind of working on making a painting of the final scene.
It's epic. Anyways, do you guys have any more questions? Any questions? I feel like there's a lot of I can answer some. Don't feel like you can't ask any questions. It's a very confusing episode.
My brain is just empty right now, so
It was
I have to agree.
It was a spiritual experience. You took in so much you can't think of any questions. I know I'm that great.
maybe I'm just tired.
I guess that's also possible. Oh, you have something? What's going on?
Oh, my mom.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
Even better than all
I'm giving it share, share, share. Intros. Don't get blocked.
Share, share. Intros. Don't get blocked. Don't get blocked.
Okay, well that is it. So I guess I'll do a thank you for watching outro. Thanks for watching this wonderful video. I spent too much time on it. I'm about to get banned from the server. My last words are thanks, and I still haven't got a turkey burger, and I'll tweet about it if I get an update. Although I'm probably gonna get banned and blocked from Twitter as well for some unknown reason. Oh, thank you. Anyways, I guess that's it. Thanks, and please don't ban me.